Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So I am going to steal from the amazing Gary Vaynerchuk. If you don't know who Gary V is, he is a mogul in my mind. He is also in my mind, one of the greatest minds in marketing, social media master, author of several books. He has a media company, podcast, Ask Gary V. Gary V is the shit. I had the chance to hear him speak this year too, and amazing to see him in person, his energy. But there's something that he mentioned recently when I heard him speak, which just really resonated with me, and it's this, is that the number one reason why a lot of people are not successful is because of one thing. It's not because the information they have or don't have. It's not because of the letters before or after the name. I have lots of those. As a former chiropractor, lots of education. It's not because of timing. It's not because of luck. It's because of your lack of patience. And listen, now Gary Vee talks about this in the business world, but I really think that this concept of patience equals success, or success is the result of patience. And sure, there's going to be other factors as well too, but it's a big one. It's a one that we discount, and we can apply it not just to business, but to marriage, parenting, your health, purpose, and yes, business too. We live in a world now which is so incredible. It's an exciting time to live in, right? I record this podcast as I'm driving back. I'm holding my iPhone up to my mouth as I actually record this. Easily able to record a podcast episode. There's about 2,200 of you that listen to it every single day in 170 countries around the world. Holy shit. How amazing is that? Right? How amazing is to connect with people around the world. To me, social media, the internet, is such an amazing way of connection with other human beings that I would never have the opportunity to meet all of you in person or face to face, right? But yet at the same time, because there's a speed to it, right? I mean, you can order stuff on Amazon and it comes to your house in 6 hours now. Again, amazing, incredible, but we're so used to everything being instant, right? It happens now. I got it. Let me Google something, information, boom. Deliver something, boom, it comes to my door, right? It happens so fast. And I think that we forget sometimes that speed is not always the defining factor of something being great. That there are a lot of things that take time. There's a lot of things in life that require patience. Yes, building a business is one of them. I work with clients who are killing it as business, either as business owners or entrepreneurs, or maybe they have a corporate gig and they're making just boatloads of money and well-deserved. But yet, they forget that notion of patience, particularly if you're an entrepreneur. It takes a while to figure out your message, and then it's constantly changing, because if you are expanding, you're constantly changing, and therefore your message changes, right? Trying to figure out a better way to do it. Trying to figure out how to connect. It takes time. My husband is a phenomenal and brilliant business coach, and so he works primarily with chiropractors that are trying to build a business online. They're trying to take their message online. Maybe they want to do it because they just want to take their message to bigger outside of the four walls of their chiropractic office, or it's another way that they want to earn revenue, that they want to have another message that's not, maybe it's even outside of chiropractic, right, that they're excited to share and to create something from that people will happily pay the money for, and they will provide value for others in the world. And yet some of them think it's going to happen in 3 months. They look at my husband, Ed. They even sometimes look at me and go, well, look at where you guys are. And it's dude, this has been 4.5 years for me, but a good solid 3 years for Ed. Of a lot of work, consistent. It's not something that took 3 months. You can't just set up a Facebook page and a website and bounce a product out and go, people will buy it. It just doesn't work that way. It takes time. It requires massive amounts of patience. How about if we relate that to marriage? Now, again, a lot of my clients that come to work with me, one of their greatest challenges and what they really want to have more of in their life is connection within their marriage. They feel like they're married to the roommate. They love their husbands, but they feel like they've lost that passion, that spark, and they don't even really clearly know what they want anymore because life has become so reactive. Children, business, health, right? We can wake up and suddenly it's 10 years later and go like, holy shit, what happened to us? And that's where a lot of women end up connecting with me at that point. And we can think that, I have had a closed Facebook group that is called 30-Day Marriage Challenge. And it's about creating the marriage of your dreams, like beginning to create the marriage of your dreams and what's possible in 30 days. With 4 weekly date nights, with daily texts of appreciation to your husband, which you appreciate, love, honor about him, and with beginning to have some honest conversations and getting clear on what you want. But yet, just understand, 30 days, if that's a marriage that's been neglected and not invested in for years and decades, 30 days isn't going to magically fix it, sister. Right? That makes sense. Look at your health, same thing. Look at parenting, same thing. It takes time. It takes patience. And there are very few people that are willing to play what Gary Vee talks about, the long game, right? They're just looking at the short game. And that's okay if that's where you are, cool, right? But I'm going to encourage you to really take a look at the big picture of things. Now, when you're setting results and outcomes for the things that you want within your life, with your marriage, with your business, with your health, for you as a parent, right, with your purpose, you really have to take a look at outcomes that are sprints, those 90 days. But with a respect for what is the big vision of what I'm really creating with my life. And that will take some time. And yes, you can reverse engineer and chunk it back and what are things that I can do over the next 90 days or over the next 30 days and 60 days, and that's awesome. That'll move you. That'll create momentum towards the things that you want within your life, but you must have patience. That is simply the way that it works. You lack patience. It's like just when you feel like giving up in your business, with your marriage, being like, oh, fuck, I suck as a mom. With your health, I can't do this. Can't lose these 10 more pounds. I can't get lean and fit. I'm too old. I'm tired. Blah, blah, all your excuses and shit. Usually the time that's like you were just on the verge of something big, of a breakthrough, is when you're going to go, I give up, and the resistance will push back the most at that time in your life. But will you have the patience to ride that out, sister? Will you have the patience to know that there's ebbs and flows to everything in life? And that's with, again, marriage, business, health, parenting, all this shit. Or will you simply bail and go, this is too hard, and not be patient enough to see it out? So here is your more tip for a day. What is something right in your life? Have it be, take a look at one area. Maybe it's in your marriage. Maybe it's how, your parenting. Maybe it's with your health or your business or purpose that you were thinking that, it needs to happen now. That the change, the shift needs to happen immediately, that there is this timeline. I want you to journal about that for 10 minutes. Open up your journal and just say, I wish, want, should, this should happen faster. Or I think I should have had this stuff fixed with my marriage or figured out as a parent or figured out with my business 2 months ago and I still feel fucked. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I want you to really honestly have a journal conversation with yourself and ask yourself this question. Is this realistic? Is this realistic? Yeah, people can buy a lottery ticket and win the lottery, but is it realistic you're going to actually win? Let's just be fucking real here. Is it realistic what you're asking to happen? Or do you simply need to have some patience for things to happen and understand that there is a time and a speed for everything, and it's not all now and it's not all fast? So journal about that and really see what comes up for you with that, sister. Because I tell you right now, the sisters that came to my Women Want to More live event just 2 months ago and saw dramatic changes, they know that the 2.5 days is the beginning of shift. They know that 2.5 days was, yes, like a fast forward, being removed from distractions of marriage and business and kids and everything else within life, and got so clear by being around the association of other women led by me and another coach there, Adrian, of just getting so clear, like, this is what I want. This is why it matters. Here's the tools. Boom, I'm going to go back and make it happen. But they know that that takes time. The Titanic, you can't just turn that in a second, right? If you've not been investing in your marriage for years and decades, you can start to do things that will begin to shift, but it takes time. Listen, my husband and I have been investing so much in our marriage. So much with time and energy, money over the last almost 2 years, but closer to 18 months to 2 years, 18, 20 months. But we still have shit. I was yelling at my husband this morning over something stupid. Just dropped off my little guy, I'm going to come back and apologize and just clean that shit up. It takes time, sister. It takes time. And these women got to see that. So I want you to invest some time right now. Be patient. And I want you to head over to drkarenosborn.com/live event. You're going to enter your name and email, and you're going to get immediate access to patiently invest in an entire 7 minutes, 6 minutes, and 50 seconds of your time to watch the Women Wanting More live event movie. There's a reason I keep talking about this at the end of the recent podcasts. This is something that could be life-changing for you, sister. You're going to also have access to the after-the-event interviews and really see like what happened over more time. As these women were patient and were consistently doing work 4 to 6 weeks afterwards, what's really transpired within their life. And you will have the opportunity, if this feels like you should be at the next live event, you feel called to this, you can click on a button that says click to apply, fill out a very simple application. It's 7 questions. And you and I will get on the phone within the next couple days, and for me to really listen, to patiently listen to you and your story and how this can possibly serve you and if you are fit. Just a couple spots are left at this point, and it's coming up in 4 weeks when I record this podcast. So that's over at drkarenosborn.com/live event. So I will talk the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.